welcome to this interview and
Hi.
tell us a bit about you, who you are, where you come from, and yeah, just a bit of introduction will be nice.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Agnieszka and I come from Poland, from Warsaw. Although I was born in the Czech Republic, in Prague. And actually, the only thing that is now connected to that is that I live in a district called Prague in Warsaw. And the early years of my life, I was traveling a lot and I didn't really have a place I could call home. I lived in the UK. I lived in several places in Poland, and now I'm in Warsaw for around 15 years now. So I feel this is a place that I could call home. But in my childhood, I had to adapt really quickly to the place I was in. So I think I didn't know that back then. As a child, it was difficult, but now I know it helped me as a photographer, actually, because it's important to adapt to the place that you're in if you want to take good photos.
Totally.
So that's my story. And to go to the recent present, I studied film production in the film school in Łódź. But this is not the thing that I do in life. I'm actually a film insurer. Yes, this is a job. I know that many people are surprised that it's even, a separate job that you insure movie sets, but I do it. And it's really interesting. And I'm happy that I really like to work with producers, but I'm really happy I'm not one. And that I don't have to sacrifice my life in a way, because they work a lot and they work Sundays, Saturdays after work.
Yeah,
And this is the time that, and this is the time that I want to have for my passion. That is photography, of course, but also music and different kinds of art. I also want to have contact with my friends and family and have time for them. So I like the fact that I have a job from 9 to 5. I know that for some people it might be boring, but maybe it's ironic, but for me, my life is more interesting because of that, because I have the stability and the money to travel, to buy new photographic equipment, So
for you that you shoot in film, and yeah, I think you spend quite a lot. I mean, it's going to be expensive when you shoot in film roll today, and
yes, if you're in analog photography and that's what I do, then it's very expensive. It's very expensive, and people often don't really realize that, because when I showed the offer for digital shooting, when I shoot portraits, and then for analog shooting that most people want because it's it's now trendy and it looks good, they are very surprised, and then I count just the materials, so it is expensive, and I want to have this this stability. I think it's a good word, that's that I'm calm, that I can do it. I can spend money on film.
So would you dream to have a stability also as a freelancer photographer, and get paid for what you do, and have money to live and buy your equipment? So would you like to doing that, or it's like you say, there are people think about and they say, I would love to continue doing something else, and this I want to keep just in the side?
Mm-hmm. For now, I want to keep it on the side, because I do it. It's not like I can't earn money from photo shoots because I do it on weekends sometimes after hours, but it's my choice. It's not like my life depends on it, and I'm happy it's not my main source of income, because I know that freelance photographers can earn good money and live out of it, but I don't feel it's my time, and I'm not sure it will ever be my time, but I'm open to that. Like I don't know where my life will lead me, but for now it's very good. It's I think it's perfect for me for now to do it just
Have this
partly.
balance. Yeah, just to have this balance between, no? And
Yeah.
would you like to tell us a bit about what are you working on recently? And yeah, it's been a while. I think it's past 6 months maybe from
Yeah.
the last interview we had. And yeah, it will be interesting to know what you develop in these months.
Mhm.
Mm.
I actually started photography studies. It's like a year course to improve my technical skills mostly, but it was and it is still, but it will end, in a month. It was very inspiring, and I had to do some projects to pass the class. So it was very motivating. And now I'm actually creating my diploma project, and but I don't want to say much about it. Sorry, because it's still in progress. But what I can say, maybe just a little bit, that it will be about a friend with illness, and she will be shown as poses from works of art.
Okay.
So it's like,
I'm looking forward to see to this release of this project. Yeah,
yeah,
if you will do it.
we'll
And
have its premiere in autumn, I think.
okay. And I've seen you develop some new picture of portrait in your stories
Yes.
on Instagram, and how is to get more in touch with people in that way. What is the difference you feel it between to work with that person for we can say a portrait or fashion or what else, and the difference between these and just documenting or street photography?
Well, it's completely different. In a photo shoot like this, you have a connection with another person for several hours, and it's not incidental, so you have to think about it before, and you have to have a plan at least, or you plan where you want to do it. Think about this person, check the background of this person, to show the character,
Yeah.
And then you have to connect, and this person has to trust you, so it's not easy. When I'm out there doing street photography, of course it's also a matter of trust, but the trust goes from sometimes even a look. It's like the person that I'm photographing, it's usually like very quick, and I can stay a little while longer, but I'm from abroad, I'm not going there every day and documenting. So the person that I'm photographing has to like trust me on the spot, and just go with it. So depending on this person's approach, I do something or I don't. And when I have a photo shoot, and when someone pays me to do this photo shoot, well, I have to do it, and I have to have results. And for me, it's more difficult, but it's interesting, and it's a challenge because it depends on the client. But if I do it for that person, and now I usually do it for that person, I have to think what this person wants to see in the end, that it's not only for me.
So just a pre-visualization of what you are doing. So
Yeah. So what I do is I talk and I talk and I talk and I talk. Discuss, and I let my clients, often it's friends, I let them know that this is our project, you know, that we are both in this and we create something together.
yeah.
And it's important for me what they feel when they are comfortable. Sometimes I even show the photos during the photo shoot because it's interesting, because it's not to hear that, oh my God, no, never, you can't do this, but it's more like, wow, nice nice thinking, but maybe you could add something, and then I get the character of this person, because what they say, it defines them.
Totally. And there was a shooting touched you more than another?
I can't really say what shooting, you know, don't want to
I understand. You don't
talk about a person, you know, without their knowledge. But it's always interesting and inspiring when this person is going through some things in life, when she or he stands in front of my camera. And it's a beautiful moment when this person shares. When I hear the life stories, I hear the problems, why this person can't do what I asked them to do, because there's something inside that that tells them no. And that's when the shooting becomes really interesting, and I really like it. Of course, it's not easy for me or for this person, but I think it has more meaning, and we know it. There are some people that thank me, not just because the picture is nice and they like themselves on it, but
for the connection.
There was a journey for them.
For the connection, for the moment, for the
moment, for the journey, for, I don't know, taking out the femininity in a woman that they needed that at that moment very much.
Yeah, that's I can understand. And to just touch some of your picture, there is a picture of if I remember good, child. It's titled the nursery.
Yeah.
Can you tell me some things about that series of pictures you did of this child? What was the situation where you was, and why you took this picture?
It was actually a nursery in Thailand, and it was close to the place that I was living in, stayed in. It was shocking for me to see a nursery like this. I come from a big city, you know, where kids have everything. And these kids, they were different, you know. They were like left alone with no parents. Of course, all children going to nursery experience that, but I felt that it's a different world, and what they have left is their imagination. So I watched them play, and they were very open to pose for me. I felt that they needed attention, and I could give them that.
It was a moment for you also to playing with them, so no?
No, I couldn't. That was also interesting because they were in this locked area, and I could only see them through the fence, I could say. But I had a connection with them, and it was great because they were kids and they were not afraid. And I was from a completely different country. We couldn't talk with each other, but I could see their character, during those, 2 hours maybe that I photographed them. There's this girl in the right side of the photo when you can see them all together.
Yeah.
And she's like the mother of them all, and she's like very mature and takes care of them, and they are so goofy, and they don't know what dangers there are in the world.
Yeah.
And she's like this really calm, very majestic.
In a way, she was like she lost the childhood,
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
an adult who's there,
Yeah.
controlling them. It's like a big sister, no?
Yes, probably. Yeah, I think she could be really the big sister, or she just played that role in this nursery. But it felt like she's very mature and very sad, and she was like that all the time. And then I made one of my favorite pictures that I did ever with this boy with the gun. Yeah.
To be a bit style of William Klein, no? So remember.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. He was playing with it. Of course, it's not a real gun.
Okay.
Many people asked me.
Yeah, I was going to
that.
ask because
Yeah, you don't know the context.
Yeah.
And it's a strong photo because and I like this photo because of that. It's like, is that a gun? Is it not a gun? What's the deal? If it's a gun, then
I was not really giving a lot of attention to the gun, but more about how he was playing with you to cover the camera with the feet.
Yeah.
And that's what made me more into the scene. And yeah, for sure they are so sweet, chubby, it's for me. Yeah, and this beer there with in the center, it's kind of it's kind of alive with them, and make the scenery really interesting and funny. And yeah, for sure there is this little girl there, the big sister, is in a way pissed, but more protecting them. She's afraid, and let think a lot about what maybe she could have seen before that shooting. Maybe, we don't know, but I don't want to say. a lot, but yeah, we can imagine what she could have seen.
I think that the gun also represents this light weight of thinking, you know. It's just a game. It's just a game with a gun, and this kid was representing this kind of thinking, and the girl was representing the other side, you know, with like she had the knowledge what this means and what it can encourage in the future, you know, in terms of education.
Talk about Thailand. If you get the occasion to go back there, would you love to work on something else to yeah, now you have more the knowledge where you was and now a bit more experiences. So then would you like to doing some particular, yeah, I mean, you imagine to doing some particular picture, or you will more prefer to skip that part to make picture, or getting really deep and getting deep without photography?
Well, with places like Thailand, or I think with all of my trips, I like to be spontaneous and just capture what's there at this time. Of course, I have the knowledge how life there looks like, and probably it will have an impact on what I will do when I go there the next time. But it's all in my head. I don't want to prepare myself for it. You know, what I would do, what I didn't do. I just have this experience, I have this knowledge, I have this inside of me, and it will change my way of seeing things, and it will change will show me another angle, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to plan it. Not in street photography. Not in.
Totally. I understand.
Documenting. I really like planning in my life. I'm like a really organized person. Everything has to be organized. It's also because I studied this film production, so you have to be organized there too. But when it comes to photography, I can be organized with equipment and everything, but on the spot, I just go with the flow.
Yeah,
and I don't want to plan a lot.
It's the same for me, I think. And I'm curious to know, are you going to experimenting to make also video or movie or shorts in the near future, or it's just something you never think about? I think, yeah, after you work, you know, in the cinema, I mean, you are a photographer and use film. Yeah, recently I bought Super 8, for example, and I found also the film, but in another market. And there was like a destiny, you know, and I said, you know, now I have to record something.
Yeah. Oh, I was never into it. I wanted to be there from the production part and work with filmmakers, with directors of photography and etc. But myself, I like to express myself with photography. I like that it's not in movement. Because I like to contemplate my photos and photos of other people, of course. Think of the layers of the symbolism that hides behind one picture, Of course, there's a lot of layers and symbolism in the film industry, you know, and in the motion picture, but it's different.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, for sure. It's to kind of communication. I mean,
I think making a movie requires what I just said before, thinking about it, you know, planning it. Of course, there is documentary. It's not so well planned as others, but it's still something you have to think about more, I think, than photography. And I like to surprise myself with what's in my photo. You know, I see it after a while, and there's one photo. I don't know if you'll be showing it or not. It's okay if not, but from Iceland with the rainbow, and I called it Annunciation.
Yeah.
Because I see the Annunciation of Virgin Mary there. And when I took the photo, I had no idea that it's there. I just saw the scene. I had to capture it. I felt this is something. I felt this is composed in a way that I just have to capture. And then after a while, I saw it. I just saw that it's, you know, it's symbolism, and it was inside me. I didn't have to plan it. It's because I take part in culture in many ways. I watch, I listen, and it's all in me. And this is the photographer that I want to be. I don't have to plan the scene. I don't have to think that I want to make a scene with Virgin Mary or whatever. But it just goes from me. So and I love it about photography. I love photographers that show that.
That picture you are talking about, that for me is kind of now a famous picture, because it's a picture I have in my mind, because I worked on your interview, the first interview. So you know, I spent a bit of time also talking with you the first time. So then it's a picture is impressed in my mind. So it's kind of like a reference for me, like master photography, you know. And it's totally, I can feel it is totally the same way I also do it picture. So without planning, I don't like to plan. I don't like to think about anything. I want to just be there in front of something, and if I feel to shoot, I shoot. If I don't want, I don't shoot. That's the point. But I totally understand the poetry.
Yeah.
The poetry is behind. I totally understand. And also especially the editing part, when you go to select a picture, to watch that picture, and you don't see anymore the same picture you was shooting before, but you can see many other words, many other meanings. That's the interesting part. I go to the last questions, and I want to ask you what kind of advice you would give to someone is now studying photography. I mean, it's really beginners, never took a camera in the hand, and what kind of advice would you give?
Maybe it's a little bit cheesy, but I think that this person has to listen to his or her heart. That's the most important. And think what you really want to show to the world, and the techniques and all that, it will come later. You'll like learn that. But if you don't have anything to say, then just don't take it. Leave it for someone that wants to show something. that wants to tell a story. And also, I would advise not to think too much, and not to worry about what's your place in life right now. If you're older, that doesn't matter. Sometimes it's even better because you have all this experience. And I advise that because I'm the kind of person that was holding myself back for a long time. Because this is really funny, but I thought I was too old to shoot. I'm a young person, but this is funny, but I know that a lot of people think that way, that, if I didn't study photography, it wasn't my main goal in life, then if you feel the need to take the camera to express yourself, then I advise you to do it, because it's a beautiful journey. And for me, it was exploring, and it's exploring the world in a completely different way with the camera. So yeah, this is my advice, my message.
It's amazing. It's amazing also because every photographer I'm asking that they are everyone, they are saying the same things I say and advise to some students, and that lets me understand there is a lot also in the part of people work with creative, with the creativity, with the photography in general. There is this big desire, big philosophy to be free and to follow your dreams, and for sure this cut out a bit us from what is the mostly thinking way of our society actually. And yeah, it's clear it's always the thinking way of someone is exploring the world and not is get ate from the world. So I thank you a lot for this other nice conversation.
Thank you so much.
Now we are going to see us again in the next 6 months.
Yeah, maybe earlier if we have some subjects to discuss.